Okay, so I've been away for 3 or 4 days, so I've not been with the guys here on site, and we have now got to the point where we are going to be pouring on Monday. It's now Saturday morning, and we are pretty much ready to go. We've got a couple more bits to do over the weekend, but very minimal, so I just thought I'd show you where we're up to. So we've got all of the bracing in now for the walls. You got a 900mm spacing on the 2-inch thick wall, and we've got a 1200mm spacing on the 4-inch thick walls. The rebar is all pretty much in place. I've just got a couple of bits of rebar to finish off this morning here, because these need to be at a different height to the rebar that's currently set in. So I've got this little bit to do as well. So all the rebar that's going out horizontally will fit into the concrete layer above the quad deck that arrived from Canada yesterday. So we're pouring the walls on Monday, and then hopefully by the weekend we'll be starting to think about looking at putting up the shoring for doing the quad deck layer. There is an awful lot of metal in this. Here we've got a doorway opening, and we've got diagonals to give the doorway reinforcement. We've got that on every window as well. On the windows it's above and below, and we've got the hoops that will also get poured into the concrete. Nice little lintel there. Double metal through both of the 2-inch walls either side of the staircase, because they are very much structural. Wow, there's a lot of metal. Got a large window down here. I'll show you that from inside in a minute. We've made it a little bit smaller actually than the original drawing. It was just too big when it was actually on site and we were looking at it. The lintel, which is missing here, we will pour as part of the quad deck layer. We discussed that with Andre, my structural engineer, and that was the decision for the best way to go on that. We're going to be filling these walls up to just above the sort of first layer down of the ties, so it will not be coming right up to the top of these walls. It'll be coming up and covering the ties and the rebar one layer down. And the reason for that is that we want to be able to make sure that these ties that are on the that are sticking out through the polystyrene are well set, so that when we put the quad deck layer on, they're not going to go anywhere. There's no tall verticals in this corner, because we've got the bifold doors in the next layer above. So this window here was actually going to be a foot higher, another 300mm higher, and it would have taken it right up to the ceiling, and it just seemed excessive when we were building the walling. So I haven't ordered the windows yet, which I'm sure I'm going to regret in a few months' time, but I think that's going to be a very nice sized window there for this bedroom. This door has, it's got quite a fiddly detail to the right hand side. It all got very, very tight because we wanted the door to be far enough over that when you opened the door, the handle had somewhere to rest. So we didn't want the door frame to be right against the back garage wall, and as a result, it got very fiddly. So the guys have put some nice bracing in there to hold all that straight. Okay, so we are pouring concrete today. I haven't got a lot of the video of putting the walls up because it has just rained, and it has rained an awful lot. One very exciting bit where the wall popped, and as well we'd used a full panel under a windowsill, and yeah, the framework didn't quite hold it in, but we managed to brace it quickly off of the scaffolding, and then we'll just cut this one panel out, cut the concrete back and refit a panel to keep our insulation correct for the layers going up. But yeah, that was quite exciting. We had it pouring out of the windowsills at one point, but we have dealt with that. The bit I was really worried about was around the base of the walls, because we were not really following a quad lock method for that. But that all worked out really well. There's some concrete there that came out of the wall before we covered it over. Finally, a day without rain. We had Storm Jose coming through yesterday, I think it was, which is 3 storms in 3 weekends. It's finally a nice morning. So we poured the concrete on Monday, and now it's Sunday, so it's had a few days to go off. We can start thinking about getting the props out, so we can start looking at going up to the next level. But at the moment, it is a total swimming pool. The entire site is now underwater, which is marvellous. Must be a little bit higher here because this area isn't in water. There's a bit of carnage where we had some concrete come out in an uncontrolled manner, but I'm sure that'll all chip off. Well, it's got to, so it will one way or another. Yeah, big old lump there from where the wall popped out. but the temporary bracing that we put in has held it all. So we're able to deal with that now that it's all gone off and gone hard. So that should be okay. And this should be the end of the next video to upload. The activities that we're going to start with tomorrow are remove all of the bracing you can see, remove the wood butts and from the windows and from the doors. I'm going to try and use a wet and dry vacuum cleaner to get rid of some of this water, because it's not deep enough for my sump pump to do the job. And then the following activity will be to cut 70mm off the top of the polystyrene block on the inside all the way round, as that will form the ledge that the quad deck will sit onto for the next pour. So while it's not raining, hopefully we can have a good day.